What's up, everybody? I'm Seth, and today I'm joined with BJJ Black Belt, promoter and owner of Guardians Gym and Battleground, George Misfit Garley. George, welcome, brother.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting us use Guardians Gym today.
Anytime.
So shout out to Guardians and, of course, George. Anyway, I got to ask, how did you start Guardians, and what encouraged you to start it?
There was no intent to start Guardians. I remember I was at another gym as a blue belt, and I was just training as usual. And then we got a call that a fitness gym in Mount Lawley in Inglewood needed they wanted to start a jiu-jitsu program for their kids. So at that time I was a blue belt, and I offered to teach there. Taught there for a few months and what's not. And the owners were going to shut down the kids program, so I decided to take over the kids program, and I decided to take over the kids program, and from there, Guardian slowly formed. So there was no intention to actually starting a gym. I was just volunteering to help the kids out, and obviously with them not having anywhere to go, I chose to stay and take over for them. And one thing led to another. We're here at Guardians.
Man, that's amazing. And how old were these kids? I just got out of curiosity.
The kids were ranging from 4 to 14.
Oh,
So they were quite young kids. So and at that time in Inglewood, there was no other gyms nearby. This was in 2018, I believe.
Wow, this is very recent, actually.
Yeah. There was no other gyms nearby at that time. So
Wait, so you were a blue belt 7 years ago?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just amazed by that. Normally, I met people at my gym, the other gyms that are like purple belts. They've been doing it for 7 to 10 years. So it's a really big jump from.
Yeah. No, I think for me, I was always in the gym. I was always training. So I had nothing better to do. So I was always training, and
Fair enough. One step ahead of me, I guess. And I got to ask with Guardians. So now that you're progressing in competitions and stuff, where do you see yourself? Well, let's say in the next 5 years. Well, where do you see Guardians in the next 5 years?
It's an interesting question. For me, it's like Guardians in the next 5 years, man. When I really decided to run the gym properly, I was thinking of making Guardians like a mega gym.
Oh my God, already.
That's what I was thinking.
Like a franchise, kind of?
Almost. Not quite a franchise, but I wanted it to be a massive gym.
Yeah, okay.
And with time, I just figured out the bigger the gym gets for me, I'm a lot about community.
Yeah.
For me, it's like the bigger the gym gets, it makes it a bit harder for me.
Yeah.
It makes it harder for that community aspect of things. So my view now has changed a little more now, with the fact that I want a small community.
Yeah.
I want the gym to pay the bills, but I don't want it to be like a mega gym where I don't know my students. I don't want to know anyone.
It's better to have a small gym and you know everyone there.
Yes. For me right now, I think that's better.
Yeah, because for me, I excel better in small gyms than I do in mega gyms.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I've moved to a recent gym as well, to Scrappy recently.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot more because Greenwood's still small.
Yeah.
And I've learned heaps there. Even at my previous gym, I've learned. So I understand where you're going with that.
Yeah.
And also, I know that Guardians isn't your only business. You also own an amazing business, a promotion event, which we're promoting right now.
Yeah.
So Battleground.
BG.
The Big G, yeah. How did you get to that? What was the idea behind that, and what was the journey like?
So Battleground's pretty similar to Guardians. There was no intentions on starting Battleground.
Oh my gosh.
So there was another fight show happening in Perth. It was very small, but it was really good. It was doing really great. And I was actually scheduled to fight a guy called it was a jiu-jitsu match. I was scheduled to go up against a guy called James Wong.
Was he fighting Battleground 7?
Yeah, James is scary. He's a
Steve Kennedy.
Yeah. James is very scary. I don't know why I accepted that.
From memory, I just remember him laughing at Steve Kennedy that whole fight because what was it? Because Steve was saying some random stuff.
Yeah, Steve was being a misogynist. So I was scheduled to fight James in a jiu-jitsu match, and if you've seen James with his shirt off, he's just he's a specimen. He's a specimen. He's got a body of a Greek god. So I was scheduled to fight him, and as we were preparing for the fight, I think it was 2 weeks away from the fight itself. the promoter at that time had canceled the event. So
Yeah.
I was a bit disheartened with what had happened. So I spoke to Tom and said, "Hey man, we've got to make something work." Cause there was a few guys that were gonna fight
Yeah.
on the card, and I was, so we've got to make something work. We've been training a while for this. I've been training to try and beat James. Yeah, so many being many does a lot of production work and stuff like that. So he's very well established in that field. Tom is a graphic designer,
Yeah.
so the combination of the three of us came together to try and make that match happen, and we're gonna run it at our gym.
Yeah.
And then pretty much it was going good. And then halfway through, we got some other good fighters in Perth. We got guys like Pablo, we got Carl Skiba, we got other good guys as well, Tyrone, Igor.
Yeah.
And midway through, I thought to myself that this has the potential to be something bigger than
Oh, if you got
me.
those fighters
Yeah,
already, like, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and I was like, this has the potential to be something bigger than me and James. So I had to kindly reject the fight with James, which I'm glad I did. And yeah, pretty much from there, I stepped back and decided to be a promoter to promote the event instead of competing it. And yeah, and that's where Battleground was born.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
pretty much all because of a canceled event, you've
Pretty
made
much,
something
all because
better.
of that, and I was a little petty, so I was like, no, I think I could do a better job,
Yeah.
in that sense, with the whole situation, and one thing led to another. I stepped back from wanting to fight and make it a good show.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
that's insane. And I gotta admit, you've done a really good job with
thank you,
Battleground.
thank you,
Because I
thank you.
even remember working for you at the
Yeah,
last one.
yeah,
And because I haven't watched much jiu-jitsu before that.
yeah,
So I thought, oh, okay, BJJ might be
yeah,
something not my cup of tea.
yeah,
But then watching the kids fight alone, like that was really good.
yeah.
And then I thought, oh, I'm hooked onto this already.
The,
And
the good thing about Battleground is the fact that when you're running it, like when you go to local competitions,
yeah,
there's thousands of guys on the mats. It's not as entertaining as when you have a spectacle of a show. So that's what we really try to do. We really try to make it a spectacle. You have one guy, got two guys fighting. You got walkout music, you have lights, it's really exciting. You got a ring announcer and stuff like that. So that's what we try to make it a spectacle, and also try to highlight the athletes and how much they've achieved, rather than running a local comp in that sense. So yeah.
so kind of like the UFC, kind of like in terms of like getting them.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit, yeah. We are very much inspired by how the UFC runs their show. So yeah.
So now that we've talked about Battleground, and I remember in your recent press conference, Battleground 7, you said that your first aim was to make it nationwide. And now that you've pretty much done that, what is the next goal?
So the reason why we wanted to make Battleground nationwide is um at that time, especially when I decided to run it as a promotion from those events. At that time, it was quite hard to get a lot of guys from WA
Yeah,
onto the Eastern State shows, purely just because of distance, distance and it's quite expensive as well, like
yeah, of
flying over
course.
East and whatnot. So there was also that envy of us not having what they had,
Yeah,
It's not a bad envy, it's just
yeah, I know
you're
what you
just
mean.
jealous.
Yeah,
You're just jealous. People have,
yeah.
they've got this, we don't have it.
No,
So
I know exactly what you
yeah,
mean. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So making Battleground was to give our guys the guys from WA, that chance to also have a platform, a good platform as well.
okay.
Where they can, feel seen. And I think we did a good job with that.
Oh, you've definitely done a really good job. I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah,
And with the success of Battleground, we started catching nationwide attention as well. And then we almost started having the opposite effect of, guys coming from over east to fight on Battleground because of the quality of the production. So
yeah,
so that was a goal achieved in itself, creating that platform for WA, and then also having that we can get really good guys come down from over east to fight in WA, which is really awesome to see. And then with the success of that, it really became like a nationwide event,
yeah.
and now,
Because there was lots of Queensland, Melbourne guys.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think some
yeah,
Adelaide guys as well.
yeah, guys from
That lasted.
Queensland, Melbourne, Adelaide, rest in peace, Luke Marco, one of the athletes that competed. He had passed away.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. But yeah, we become a nationwide event. So it was almost like a little dream come true for us.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's a huge
yeah,
statement. Yeah.
yeah,
And also, so all your events, I believe, have been held in Perth.
yes.
Do you aim to eventually hold an event over East
One day,
one day?
one day.
And what about worldwide?
One
Because you
day,
already got
if
some
it all,
fighters worldwide. Yeah.
if it all works out, I'm sure many definitely wants us to go. Internationals
Oh,
one
you
day.
should. Yeah. I mean, it's already starting with who was the Japanese kid? Daiki. Yeah.
Daiki. We had Daiki on, and we have Sasuke. They're really good guys. So yeah, they're really
Yeah.
good guys. But for now, we're focusing on Perth. And then as things progress, we're obviously growing at a good rate. As things progress, we'll definitely have shows over East as well.
Yeah. And also with Battleground 7, I understand that initially it was meant to be at Bendat Stadium, but then
Yes.
last minute it ended up moving to Newman College.
Yes.
How did you deal with that setback? Because you still put on a really good show as well. And I'm not no glaze or
That-
anything. No glaze.
I aged by like 15 years with that event. I think many wasn't ready for like going to a retirement center after that. So pretty much what happened, we had got Bendat Stadium.
Yeah.
I won't go through too much into details of what happened behind the scenes, but we were promised a stadium. And then on the Friday before, the week before, so that was the long weekend. I can't remember which long weekend that was. But the week before Battleground, we got a call from management saying
Yeah.
that due to other reasons, we won't be able to host
Oh,
our
that's
event
the
there.
worst.
Yeah, so it's probably the first time like my students have seen me like go a bit crazy. I was like walking around, I was like,
Oh no, that would not. Yeah, that'd
it
be
was.
terrible.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, can this get any worse? But yeah, so that was quite stressful because the fact that it was a long weekend, so which means we had no contact to any other businesses or anyone else. So we were just left in space pretty
Yeah.
much like for 4 days stressing out. Thank God we got we ended up getting a place at Newman. But yeah, it was quite frustrating. It was quite stressful. But that's the good thing about our team. Like when it comes to perseverance and stuff like that, man, there was a lot at stake.
Yeah.
We already had guys flying internationally.
Yeah. Okay.
We already had guys that were already in Perth. So it was like we couldn't cancel the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no way you cancel with those guys there. And obviously, you guys put on a really good show.
Yeah,
I was there.
yeah.
Best job I ever got to do. Blow the
Yeah.
horn.
Yeah,
Chill out.
the funny thing is, right? Like, it's funny, but that was probably the best show we've put on.
Oh, really?
To date,
Yeah. Okay.
And the thing is, like, when you do have those pressure, it makes you make something happen.
Yeah.
It makes when you have your back against the wall, it makes you make something happen. And we had to put on our creative hats and get some work going there. So
Yeah.
it was a good venue. It was a good venue.
Yeah, it actually was. I
Yeah.
enjoyed sitting there, even just at the front,
Yeah.
listening to all the trash talk.
All the trash talks, all
Even
the
with
dramas.
Kai
Yeah.
Rudolph's trash talk at the end. Yeah.
Kaya trash talking as well. Kaya trash talking is kind of cute because like he's just I don't know.
Is he a nice guy?
Yeah, he's a nice
I've
guy.
never met him
When
personally.
he trash talks, he trash talks like nicely. He's like, it's kind of cute, but yeah. But he'll bash us up anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he just compete recently?
Yeah, yeah. So Kaya did the Street X event. So it was a 16-man tournament.
60. Oh wow. Okay.
16-man tournament. Yeah. So it was hosted on
Wait,
the
60 or
weekend.
16?
16.
Oh, I thought you
yeah.
said 60. I'm like,
No,
oh my
that's a
god,
lot, yeah,
too much.
So it was a 16-man tournament. They had like a lot of good guys there.
Yeah.
And yeah, he won it.
Oh, that's
So
insane.
He ended
Yeah.
up walking away with $5K and a K bonus. So yeah, good on
Oh,
him.
I got to get into jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
now.
yeah, good on him. It's
Just
really
for
nice
that.
to see. It's really nice to see. I'm very happy for him.
No, that's really good. Being happy for success is really
Yeah.
good. Yeah. And I also got to ask, because when I was there after Josh Shipton's win,
Yeah.
and he called out Jake O'Driscoll, is it?
Yeah, Jake.
What
Big
happened
Jakey.
there? Because I remember you and a bunch of fighters ran back to the change rooms.
Yeah.
So if you want to share with that,
So
you can go.
yeah, from my perspective, we're already stressed.
Yeah.
And then Josh ends up calling out Jake. I can't remember what he said, but I think he was like, I'm gonna call out the best coach in Australia or something like that.
Yeah, I think something like that from memory.
So there must be some inside joke with Josh and his boys. Anyway, I think it kind of rubbed Jake off the wrong way, and then I saw Jake walk into the back And then I was putting two and two together. I was like, oh no, he's walking to the back. And then I just like started running straight to the back because I was like, no, this can't happen here. And then I get to the back. They're both like, it's quite rowdy at the back. No one's swinging any
Okay, that's
punches.
good.
Yeah, but it's quite rowdy at the back, and I'm in between them. I'm like, you guys cannot do this. We've worked too hard to be here. The commission is here.
Oh man.
Like it was just like I was just like, I don't need any more drama from this weekend.
I even remember seeing I can't remember which referee it was, but he was telling not Nathan, Jake to come back.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to call him over. And I see you and then a couple other fighters run in.
yeah. It was quite rowdy. Jake had a few call outs that night, so I think Rory called him out. And then I think that call out was okay because it was just like a mutual call out, It's like, well, what's up? Hey, you called me. Yeah, and then the Josh one, I think it kind of rubbed Jake off the wrong way as well.
Yeah.
And then Kaya tried to do a call out as well.
I don't remember that one, but I definitely remember the
Kai, you won't remember, of course. Kaya's call out are too cute to like be like offended by. So yeah. But it was we'll see what happens in the future with those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, as you mentioned with your guilt, I know I feel that sometimes even when sparring with my teammates.
Yeah.
But besides that, I know you compete in many competitions across BJJ and MMA with Eternal. What are some of those standout moments? And what was your favorite like submissions from those?
Standout moment in competing?
It could be literally any competition.
Man, I don't know. It's like I've never really felt any standout moments. I'll probably say like maybe when I was younger, like before I got sponsored.
Oh, wow.
So I'll probably say that would be a standout moment for me. But it's like I never see anything as a standout moment, especially when it comes to competing, unless I've won like a title. Or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Unless I beat the best of the best, then I'm like, okay, that's a standout moment.
Whereas, oh yeah, of course,
Because sometimes you go compete, like sometimes you'll compete against guys that are training 6 days a week, 5 days a week, or you'll compete against guys that are training 3 days a week. So it's really hard to gauge like those moments.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But like no standout moments at all?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you competed in many competitions. Like, you got to at least have one.
There's a few, but I'd like to keep those personal to me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
there's a few in terms of that, but it's more based on a personal journey that connected with those moments.
Yeah, that makes sense. I only have one standout moment. It's not even from BJJ. I used to play gridiron a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember we played, so there's only like 5-6 teams in WA.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty big, actually. And we played this one team called the Jets.
Yeah.
And they were a tough team, like they're undefeated. I think they were third best in Australia, actually.
Yeah.
And they smashed us both times.
Yeah.
We managed to go 2 overtimes and we actually won that match.
Oh.
They got cocky at the start, but we still won.
That would have been very special too.
I only got a few minutes as well in that game, but like that moment of winning that whole match, oh, that's special. You got a championship ring for it. I got to show you. I'll show you afterwards.
Oh, hell yeah.
But that was my standout moment. But I hope one day can have one in BJJ or something like that. Alrighty, moving on. So we got through the standout moments. Next one, what lessons have your experience in these competitions taught you that apply in everyday life?
I think martial arts has a lot of benefits,
Absolutely.
The most humbling thing about it as men as well is that you're not always the best,
Yes, can you please tell people that?
You're not always the best. And there's always going to be someone in the room better than you. And as a man, you could take that 2 ways. You could either like you could let your ego get in the way and like just like not accept it. Or you could accept that fact and try and become better, So that's a big lesson that I learned, especially like just as you get older, you learn you're also not invincible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are much younger now, so like you get injured, you recover like in 24 hours.
Not the 24 hours, but I'm a slow recoverer, so
maybe 4 days. Give me 4 days. So there's that lesson in like you're not always going to be the best, and there's always going to be someone better than you, and you can take that other way. You can take it in a good way or a bad way. Perseverance. The adversity you face.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big one. Yeah.
When you're competing, sometimes like there's moments where you should have tapped, or like you could have like really you could have lost, but there's that little instinct in that, that you just push a little bit and you overcome. So there's a lot of those aspects that transition to life.
Yeah.
Like I always tell my guys, man, I'm like, hey, you're in the toughest room. You're in the toughest room right now. Like you're here, you're getting bashed. There's a lot to overcome. You're fighting your emotions. You're fighting your ego. You're physically fighting.
It's
You're,
really
you
you
know,
versus yourself in
it
that
really,
sense.
it
Yeah.
really is. And for me, it's like if you can come in this room and train and have a hard sparring session and survive and walk out, like nothing out there should be hard. Um, it'll be hard, but there's literally nothing, man. I feel like the ultimate form of stress is like fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Absolutely. Yeah.
if you're getting punched in the face or someone's trying to choke you out, like it's like what's out there that's gonna like bother you?
Yeah. Absolutely. Nothing will bother you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that's helped me when I started jujitsu. I used to be like, believe it or not, I used to be quite anxious, especially as a man. Like like you'll be walking down the street, you see like a group of other boys.
Yeah. I feel the
No one's
same as
thinking
well. Yeah.
anything, but you just think like maybe I should just like keep my head down and like or walk the other side, like
Yeah.
like just as a man, like. But doing jujitsu, there's so much confidence that I've had.
Yeah.
It's not from an egotistic point, but it's just like
No, I know what you mean.
it's
Yeah.
like I face so much adversity on the mats. Like I can walk the street and look at another guy in the eye and like just walk. And it's not looking him in the eye and saying like I can bash you up. But it's like just saying like I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like I have dudes that are like 100 kilos sitting on me all the time at the gym. You know what I mean?
I
So
know
yeah,
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of those things. But it really builds your character. It builds your
Yeah.
character.
Absolutely. Like, I can agree with you on that. Like, even when starting, I used to believe I was invincible. I thought
Yeah.
no one could beat me
Yeah.
because this is when I was training with Brody Spreeland.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was a good
Yeah.
coach.
Brody's good. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good. His
Yeah.
coaching was really good. It took me a
Yeah.
while to understand it.
Yeah.
But like even learning, like most of those guys were all white belts, but
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
experienced white belts. So I
Yeah.
got choked out
Yeah.
or submitted every minute.
Yeah.
And then even more recently, this was before I switched
Yeah, yeah.
JoJo's. There was a new guy that was trying a triangle because we were
Yeah.
doing triangle practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to let him submit me or anything because I want to try get out of it. Because Brody does this technique where I don't know if you do the same thing, where he will help you, like he'll want you to figure it out, how to escape and how to apply it, and then he'll help you out if you figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's you can ask him about it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
And then,
Ecological.
yeah,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and then I remember next thing, I was almost passed out.
Yes.
Brody basically saved me without realizing.
Yeah.
I remember I'm just falling asleep, and then Brody just said, "Oh, I'll just fix this." And then he saw me that I was almost passed out. I just remember waking up like, "Oh my gosh!" But yeah, my point saying is like, yeah, that's where ego lies. Like, but at the same time, I feel like all my confidence and everything is built since I've started doing MMA. Because I'm not mainly BJJ focused. I'm more wrestling and striking at the moment. But yeah, even then, it still
100%.
changes. Yeah,
You're there. You're fighting. You're getting punched in the face. You're punching other people in the face. Like it's
it's cool.
yeah. It's cool. It's cool. It's like how tough of a training room do you want to be in? How tough of an environment do you want to be in? If you can be there, like I think like if you can be there in the outside world, if you just get your mindset straight, you get your mentality right, like nothing's gonna be hard.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
And of course, you've answered that last question. And this is my last question for you. So I understand that you're a Christian. So how does being a Christian affect you in your MMA BJJ world? That sounded very weird, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think
Oh, this is advice for me as well, so I want to hear this.
there's a lot of like combination in that like the walk as a Christian, and I'm not the perfect Christian at all. I'm probably a horrible Christian if I'm being honest. The life as a Christian, it's a life of struggle. Whether we want to believe that or not, it's a life of struggle and it's a life of perseverance. And I honestly think being a Christian is probably the toughest thing because it deals more with your heart than anything else, more than your actions. And like there's a there's a there's this there's a saying that says faith without work is dead faith, in that sense of and I almost try to combine that with my training, right? Like, you can believe you're the best in the room, you can believe you're the greatest, but if you don't apply actions to that, you're never going to achieve anything. Um, yeah, it's yeah. Faith without work is dead faith. You can believe you're the best, but if there's no actions applied, nothing's going to be achieved. And then like there's a lot of stories you can look at, like a famous story of like David and Goliath in that sense, right? Like my perspective of that has always been it's always been different from everyone else's perspective because it emphasizes on faith a lot of how David being the young shepherd boy that through with faith through God he slays the giant. But then you look at it, yes, he did have faith, but also like he was putting in a lot of work. Like there's other stories where David was like protecting his flocks and stuff like that, right? But people don't people don't pay attention to that stuff. They only look at the moment of the glory, right? And obviously, yes, with God, David did achieve those goals, but behind the scene, David was hardworking. He was putting in the work, right? So I was linked that to training as well. Like, yes, like in the end, like you compete, you'll be victorious, but behind the scene, you got to put in that work. If you don't put in that work, no matter how much you think you're gonna be victorious, that's never gonna happen if you don't put in that work. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
no,
hope
that
makes
makes
sense. Yeah.
sense. I'm just thinking about it because it's a very interesting
Yeah, yeah.
perspective. Now that you said that, I actually like that perspective.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause he
But
did put a lot
David
of
was
work.
skilled.
Yeah,
He was very skilled. Like,
yeah,
he
absolutely.
didn't just get a sling and just throw it. Like,
Yeah,
he's thrown the sling heaps of times,
yeah, absolutely.
So I think like
And you don't kill Goliath and no experience.
exactly.
Well,
And I
no
think
experience,
and I
no.
think like, there's a strong element of faith in that, but there's a strong element of he is well trained. Like
Yeah.
he's not just throwing. Have you seen like a sling being thrown?
Oh, no, not thrown. I've seen
Bro,
like a normal
it's like
slingshot.
fast, bro. It's fast, right? But he's trained enough to be skilled to the point that he's like, I'm skilled with my faith in God. This is gonna be easy work, right?
Okay.
Same as training. Like you've trained hard, right? Like you've put in all the work. With all that work you've put in, you've got a huge amount of faith that you're gonna achieve what you're gonna achieve. So a lot of that intertwined with my faith as a Christian in believing that. Um, not the perfect Christian at all. But in
We all
believing
learn
in
eventually,
believing that.
yeah.
Yeah, we
But
all we,
still.
yeah, but in believing that, and then there's perseverance, man. Like, and the ability to stay humble plays a big part, because a lot of the time when we're victorious, you want to bang your chest, which is our human nature. We want to bang our chest and just like,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's what I told you, but
That's true though.
but humble yourself before God, and He'll lift you up in all those things. So try to apply that as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really good story. That's actually really good perspective of it. I never thought about it until just now. And
Yeah,
even
yeah,
could you say that UFC fighters, like let's take Ilya Taporia or John Jones, for example, because they always thank God after
yeah.
their victories. Like, could you say like you could correlate that, well, not correlate, relate that to David and Goliath in a sense?
Um,
I don't know. It's a bit of a
no, it's
yeah,
no, it's good. I think there's like a theme, right? I don't know if it's a theme or maybe I'm only just noticing it, but there's a lot of athletes and even within the jiu-jitsu community as well that are more professing their faith. I think like back then it wasn't cool to be
yeah.
a Christian, or
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't
Back
even
then,
cool
yeah.
to be like to talk about God, right? But like nowadays it's sorry, someone's ringing me.
No, you're all good.
Can you catch me? Yeah, back then it wasn't cool to be like to be a Christian in that sense, right? And there are a lot of Christians out there that are weirdos too. Don't get me wrong. There's like
Yeah,
you're like man, calm down,
me personally, I agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Christians that are weirdo, but the good thing about that is Christianity is you can't reject people in that sense of
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
so come as you are. But there's a big movement that I'm noticing amongst like jiu-jitsu athletes professing their faith in God. Most of the
Even
time,
direct.
it used to
Yeah.
be just the Brazilian athletes now, but you see everyone
Yeah,
doing that,
absolutely.
So I think maybe that's where the world is heading, where people are more open to the concept of God.
Yeah.
Um,
Even I remember Narek doing that. Was it Narek? Is that how I
Narek,
say it? Narek, yeah.
Narek,
Even I remember him
Narek,
doing that as well.
yeah.
It's still amazing how
Yeah, there's a lot of
recent he
guys.
is,
There's a
yeah.
lot of guys out there in the community. There's like there's Narek, there's Josh Shipton, Jacob Driscoll, one of our under 99 champion, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that are professing their faith and stuff, which is good as well. You know, there's other people of other faith and stuff like that, but in regards to Christianity, I've seen there's a bit of a movement within the community.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In recent years as well, I agree. Yeah. Alrighty, George, you ready?
Let's do it.
So now we are going on to move. We're going into our next segment called Audience Talks. So for those of you who do not know, probably about a month ago now,
Yeah.
we put up something on our story to ask questions for you. I have the questions here, and if you want, we can both answer them. Okay, so there's the 6 questions. The first one I don't quite understand. It's probably an inside joke. Okay, so I'll read it out. Dylan Smee is wondering when you're going to put the bags up. I don't get that. So
Dylan Smee, Dylan is the one guilty of like seeing how all these bags are down.
yeah.
Like Dylan is the one that's like destroy them.
Oh
So
my
every time we
God.
put the bags up, Dylan comes, he hits them, and they just fall. So Dylan, shut up. Shut up. The bags will be up. The bags will be up. Yeah.
Well, take your time, mate. Then do it.
Bash you up, bro.
Make Dylan put the
I'll
bags up.
bash you up, Dylan.
Don't bash you up, please, mate.
No, jokes. Jokes. I will bash you up, Dylan. No.
All right, well, you can do it. I'll turn a blind eye. Alrighty, second question. What advice would you give to parents sending their kids on Battleground?
Parents wanting the kids to be on Battleground, I would, as tempting as it is, do not message promoters.
Did they actually message you?
Yeah. Do not message promoters from your child's account pretending to be your child. One, I find it very disturbing because I'm an adult and I don't want to talk to little boys or little girls
Sorry.
or negotiate with them in that sense. I think it was probably much more proper that as a parent, if you send us an email or message us directly through your account, I think it makes things a bit easier for us. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But also speak to your coach or speak to your kid's coach. Get them to message us. That's probably the easiest way you could do it. Get your kid's coach to message us because I'd much rather prefer communicate with the coaches than to talk to the kids themselves on social media. So if you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated.
Alrighty.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird. It's weird.
My goodness. Sorry, this is too funny.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like I'm worried one day I'm gonna be walking down the street and those guys who like catch pedophiles.
Yeah.
Hey,
Be like,
been talking to a 13-year-old girl. Like, what the heck? Yeah.
George, just because you want to run a business.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's all right. Don't worry. We know we'll defend you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, next question. If you could roll with anyone dead or alive,
Yeah.
who would it be?
Anyone
who
dead
I'm
or
gonna roll
alive? Do they have to know jiu-jitsu?
That could be literally anyone.
I reckon I would love to. I used to play tennis when I was a kid. If I could roll with anyone dead or alive, and if they didn't have to know jiu-jitsu, Rafael Nadal,
Ooh,
I would love to
okay.
train with him. Yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad
I
one.
would love to teach him jiu-jitsu.
That'd be pretty.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting. Yeah.
He's one of my inspirations. He's yeah.
Oh, that was going to be one of my future
Oh,
questions. But yeah, I'll say anyway.
Yeah.
You know who I would do? There's 3 guys here. One's on his phone right now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one of our media guys.
Yeah.
So there's Jake.
Yeah.
And then one of our other media guys here looking at me right now.
Just trying to fight your friends.
Yeah. And then the last guy I'm actually talking to right now.
Yeah.
He's on the podcast.
We can have a row.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's go.
No, we'll do that later. We'll have a video of that later. Well, stay tuned to see who wins. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, those are mine.
That's awesome.
That's interesting. Rafael Nadal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question. All right, this is the question that literally you just answered, but I'll go through it again. Who is one person that has had the biggest impact on you and why? It could literally be anyone, whether it's family member, athlete, famous person, etc.
From a sports perspective, Rafael Nadal, because when I was younger, actually, I was playing tennis. I played tennis for 6 years, and he was my favorite tennis player. Pardon?
Did you win any comps?
No. I did pennants, but I just wasn't good enough.
Fair enough.
I wasn't good enough. I was just getting mom to drive around everywhere for me
enough.
to lose. Yeah, but he was my biggest inspiration. I just love how fit he was. Like his tenacity, man. It was like, he's just great. He was just like a guy you couldn't take away, like, yeah. So sporting inspiration is my favorite sport, in regards to sporting. Anything else, I'll probably say my mom. Yeah, she's been through a lot to get us to where we are, to get us to Australia. She's a prime example of like never quitting. And yeah, I love her.
Yeah, that's actually a really good answer. Yeah. Yeah, I would say probably it's my parents as well for like in that perspective. Because like I remember seeing my parents as well, they worked really hard. Like my dad can sometimes work 12-hour days and he's gotten really good promotion. So really grateful for that. Even my mum as well sometimes works night shifts because she does different, not nursing or anything. But yeah, she works. My point is saying they work really hard, and I have what I have because of them. So I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, I understand where you're saying, oh crap, with your mum, and then sport perspective. Oh, I don't know actually. I gotta say Volkanovski.
Volkanovski.
Yeah, of
Hell yeah,
course.
hell yeah. It's weird, like sport perspective, there's no like jiu-jitsu or MMA fighter that I look up to.
It's not necessarily like looking up to. It's like learning from them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Learning from them, yeah. In regards to martial arts, um, I don't know. I like Starbender purely because uh we're both West African. Um, the similar struggles we went through growing up in like another country. Uh, uh I kind of had the same experience. You know, when you can click with someone, you're like, man, I feel what I feel is what you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably I'll probably say in terms of martial arts, I'll probably say him just based on that experience and the fact that his parents, you know, they went through the same thing my parents went through, and now he's on top of the world. You know,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a really good one actually. Next question. I like this question. Um, what advice would you give to someone that's just started their BJJ or MMA career or journey, like a white belt? What advice would you give to them?
enjoy it. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't be hard on yourself because you're gonna suck. You're gonna suck for a long time. And then when you get graded, realize that even though you're the next belt, you're still gonna suck because there's always gonna be someone better than you. So if you can learn to enjoy, as cliche as it sounds, if you can learn to enjoy the journey, you'll stay longer in the sport. But if you're rushing to just be the best all the time, you take the fun out of jiu-jitsu and you crush and then you quit.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually really good advice. I like that. I gotta be more happy and enjoy it more.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
All right. Next question. So this was a battleground fan
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
asked this, and he just wanted to know how the scoring for each battleground match works for both the BJJ match and the combat match.
Yeah, yeah. So the scoring for the jiu-jitsu matches, we really and combat matches as well. It's based on the one controlling the pace of the fight and the one with the most dominant positions, and also submission attempts, but like not just like putting on a fake submission and like what's or not, you know. It's got to be a legitimate submission. There's got to be an actual threat in that. So the judges base who they pick on those things, you know, who's pushing the pace, who's actually fighting, um, submission attempts, legitimate submission attempt, dominant positional control, you know, and overall who looks like they're winning the fight as well. You get a lot of guys who like chuck on a fake ankle lock, nothing really happens, you know, they're like, oh, that counts, you know.
Yeah.
None of that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. No, it's really good because I kind of wanted to know as well. But I thought it was about control and whoever's like whoever's actually fighting. Yeah.
So next battleground, we're gonna move most of our fights to like 3 rounds.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah, yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna move to like a three rounds round system.
Is this for all fights from early
Mostly the
from
main
kids?
cards. Mostly the main cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd still be pretty cool. Yeah. I love the three round idea. Yeah. All right. And this is my last question.
Mhm.
This is more of a me question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought I'd add it here
Yeah.
because I'm only 18.
Mhm.
My crew here are 18 as well. But what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self? So pretend I'm you
The
when I
fact that
was
you guys are
18.
18 and doing this is amazing. Like when I was 18, like I was on Centrelink.
Sorry, I should be laughing.
I was on Centrelink just training and
I'm still
like
pretty good for
trying
an
to impress
18-year-old.
girls, but I was like nerdy, you know.
Oh,
Trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
impress girls at youth camp. I bet you guys do the same thing as well.
Oh, no, I don't. Give it up. Long
Oh,
time
you give
ago.
it up? Yeah, it's
There's a couple of other guys here that've done that.
yeah.
They're lucky they're not here today.
At our church, we're like,
Jake knows what I'm talking
at our
about.
church, we couldn't really hit on the girls, but like, when we went to youth camp, like, we were like, boys, like,
Did you enjoy youth camp?
yeah.
Okay.
Youth
As long
camp,
as
we're
you
like,
enjoyed it.
just don't let pastor know we're hitting on girls, or we'll get in trouble. But if I could give an advice to my 18-year-old self, it's it's a tough one. It's everything's gonna be okay. Like, like, don't be so hard on yourself, and don't try and achieve everything, and don't try and grow up so quick. Enjoy your youth. Um, everything's gonna be okay. Enjoy your youth. Don't be hard on yourself, because time flies. Before you know it, you'll be 31 sitting here on a podcast giving advice to your 18-year-old self.
It's crazy.
But yeah, enjoy your youth.
Enjoy it.
Try things. Keep your head in the right spot. Surround yourself with a good audience. Obviously. But everything's gonna be okay. Like, the world, things get tougher as you get older. But yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Surround yourself with the right people.
Okay.
Surround yourself with the right people, and yeah.
Well, George, thank you for that advice. I really needed that. And unfortunately, that wraps up for today. Thank you so much for allowing us to use Guardian's Gym. Thank you for joining us in today's podcast. And don't forget as well that George and I are actually going to have our match on Instagram shortly. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure you guys will love it. Hopefully I win, but I don't think it's going to happen. White belt versus black belt won't work. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Spotify. And do we still run TikTok as well?
Oh, we don't talk about TikTok.
I'm not sure about that. Don't talk about TikTok. Alright. Hope you guys have a good day. See you later.